most people live their lives as worms. Most of you are worms.
Hey guys, Rob here with McDojo Life, and the man you just got done watching insult all of us probably needs no introduction. But for everyone who doesn't know, that was Andrew Tate. He's been in the news quite a lot lately because of his recent arrest in Romania for the charges of human trafficking and rape. But that's not what this video is about. The other day, I stumbled across a video of Andrew Tate talking about the differences between a legitimate gym and a McDojo. And needless to say, I disagreed with almost everything he said. So we're going to go through that video piece by piece and talk about why I believe what he is saying is nonsense.
Anyone who knows anything about fighting knows there's two kinds of fight gyms.
False. This is probably one of the most nonsensical, continually perpetuated arguments that is going around the martial arts industry today and has been for quite a long time. Based on this particular argument and some of the things he's going to continue to say in the rest of the video, there's technically 4 types of gyms if this is the standard we're going off of. A profitable gym that produces good fighters, a profitable gym that does not produce good fighters, a non-profitable gym that produces good fighters, and a non-profitable gym that produces poor quality fighters. You can be financially successful and still produce amazing fighters. Just the same, you could be poor and broke and not doing well financially and produce good fighters. But the same thing is said the opposite way. You could produce bad fighters whether or not you're making money. It's just kind of all of what you're putting your effort and energy into. We continue.
You have the traditional McDojo, like the karate gym, Taekwondo, blah, 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 and you have the fight gyms.
That's another piece of nonsense perpetuated just as much, if not even more, as the last statement he made. To say that traditional martial arts in general are McDojos because they're labeled as karate, Taekwondo, etc. doesn't make them McDojos. Let's name just a few world-class fighters who also have traditional martial arts roots. Frank Mir, a black belt in Kempo. Bas Rutten, Kyokushin black belt. Chuck Liddell, Kaja Kempo black belt under John Hackelman. Robert Whitaker, a black belt in Hapkido and Goju. GSP, Kyokushin black belt. Stephen Thompson, a black belt in something called Tetsushin Ryu Kempo. Lyoto Machida, a Shotokan karate black belt. Benson Henderson, a black belt in Taekwondo. Valentina Shevchenko, a black belt in Taekwondo. Rose Namajunas, Anderson Silva, Anthony Pettis, also all black belts in Taekwondo. Now let's imagine for a second that Andrew Tate was popular back in the day of these people's parents when they were just kids, and they decided to show interest in martial arts. But the parents are fans of Andrew Tate and listened to every word he has to say. And they heard that Andrew Tate said going to karate is a McDojo. Where would these world-class martial artists be if they didn't have that opportunity to start in some type of a traditional martial art? Or maybe some of them joined when they were adults. Where would they be today if they decided not to go down that path? Maybe they would have listened to Andrew Tate and never become world-class martial artists.
When you go to a real fighting gym, like a gym with real fighters, it's always like shitty.
Everything that guy just said is bullshit. Thank you.
No. Fight gyms are not always shitty. Good gyms and world-class martial arts facilities are kept pristine. They are kept very clean. But don't take my word for it. I got a hold of some of my buddies from some of the best gyms on the planet to chime in on what their thoughts are about a clean gym.
Hey guys, Pitmaster here. Yeah, I run the Pit, martial arts and fitness. Train some UFC fighters, including a couple champions. Chuck Liddell, Glover Teixeira, among others. And having a clean gym is paramount for a lot of reasons, but 2 reasons would be staff and ringworm, and there can be a lot worse than that, including E. coli and just yucky smell. So yes, a clean gym is very important, whether it's a martial arts gym or a fight gym.
This is Michael Lubimov, General Manager here at the world-renowned Jackson Wink MMA Academy in Albuquerque, New Mexico. Just wanted to talk to you on the importance of keeping your gym clean and operational and virus-free and infection-free, you know. It's very important, obviously. It's a no-brainer. We are in a very close combat sport. A lot of bodily fluids exchanged, obviously, a lot of sweating, a lot of face-to-face contact. We got to make sure that we keep our gyms clean, equipment clean, make sure hygiene is always on point. A lot of fighters train 2-3 times a day, so you always have to take your showers, and clean your equipment, disinfect things, and of such nature. So without it, obviously, we will all turn into zombies. And as we know, there have been many documented horrific cases of staph and MRSA and impetigo and ringworm and so many other viruses and exchanged and different infections. So please make sure that every gym, stays on top of it all the time. There's a lot of traveling fighters, especially in big gyms like us, coming and going. People live at the facility. And we want to make sure that everyone is protected to the best of their ability. It is obviously very difficult. You can't babysit everybody, but everyone needs to be educated on it. That way everyone stays safe. Thank you so much. McDojo, keep doing the great work. Thank you. Bye-bye.
What's up, guys? This is Chad Skelly, featherweight, UFC. I will say it is one of the #1 most important things in a gym is the cleanliness of the gym for the health and the safety of your fighters, and just your athletes in general. One thing I'll say about Killcliff FC, I was the admin guy for a while, like kind of a facilities management type deal. And Henry Hoof, the head coach at Killcliff, is a stickler about the cleanliness of the gym, and I absolutely love that about him. That is just so important. I mean, people get staph infections, people get ringworm in this sport all the time. It can be unavoidable just due to the fact that the sweat and the dirt and everything that gets on the mats. It is so important to disinfect your mats. I actually missed out on a fight because of staph infection. Before I was with Killcliff Fight Club, when I was training back in Texas, I was like 2 weeks out from a fight, and I ended up getting a staph infection in my arm. I was hospitalized for over a week, and yeah, it was just a bad deal. They almost had to, there was a point where they thought they might have to remove my arm. So yeah, I mean, the cleanliness of a mat room is so important. Keep the mat room clean, keep the grind dirty, baby.
What's up, James Boom Boom Mancini here, head coach at TriStar Gym and a pro MMA fighter. It's important to keep the gym clean. We keep TriStar Gym very clean because obviously cleanliness is super important. Right now we know there's skin infections that go on. We don't want our guys being out of competition because of a stupid skin infection, injuries and everything. So we make sure that the gym stays clean, make sure it's clean after every workout, and make sure you're training always in a safe and clean environment. Peace.
Did you notice a reoccurring theme? All of those people are keeping their gym clean specifically for the safety of their students. If your gym does not care about its cleanliness, let's be honest, they don't care about the students. Imagine being a fighter and going through a training camp, and then it's almost time for you to get ready for your fight, and all of a sudden you have ringworm. Or imagine going and getting ready for a fight, and then all of a sudden you have a staph infection.
And the reason it's shitty is because fight gyms don't make money.
Ugh, my eyes just rolled so far in the back of my head that I thought I went legally blind for a second from that statement. A gym is dirty specifically for the reasons because the staff and the instructors are too lazy to actually keep it clean. If a gym owner cannot keep their own facility clean, the thing that's their livelihood, the thing that's going to take care of them, why on earth do you think that that gym owner magically is going to care more about you? They don't. If they don't care about them, they damn sure don't care about you. Let's make his statement a little more accurate. Your gym isn't shitty because it's broke. Because even if you don't have money, you can still clean up after yourself. Your gym is broke because it's shitty. And people don't want to go to a place that's not kept up with.
You have a choice when you open a martial arts gym. You either sell out and chase the money, or you train people to actually fight.
Let's put what he said in real perspective. The guy trying to say that you're a sellout if you're financially successful while running a big gym is worth $365 million. Meanwhile, there are gym owners out there purposely keeping themselves broke and keeping themselves naive because they're eating up what he is saying with a spoon. All because they're worried about being called a sellout. By who? The guy with $365 million?
If you sell out and chase the money, you can have a nice big dojo, everyone's got their karate suit. But if they actually get in a real fight, none of them can fight.
Check this out. This is American Top Team. This is TriStar. This is AKA. And this is Upstate Karate, the gym where Stephen Thompson trains at. All of those buildings, big buildings. All of those classes, big classes. All producing champions. Proof yet again that what he said, that there are only two types of gyms. One's a sellout chasing money and the other one is producing great fighters and they're poor. The clear evidence is that's not the case.
Then you have fight gyms where you have guys turning up, breaking bones, hurting each other and sparring.
That's fucking stupid.
What a load of crap. Let's be honest. If your fighters are always hurt and always injured, do you know what they're not doing? They're no longer able to fight. And that's just not for guys who are professional and amateur fighters. That's not just for people who are going into the ring or the cage. What about people who are trying to learn self-defense? Did you see what happened to Phil? Phil's knee snapped in half during a roll the other day. It was wild, man. Phil's a tough son of a bitch. Go Phil. Rough-nosed life. We're the hardest gym on the planet. Phil, limping his way to the store in crutches, all of a sudden gets strong-armed robbed. And Phil can't do anything because Phil's leg is all busted and in a cast. Story time. I did a story not that long ago, it was a few years back, of a child in Taiwan who was taking judo classes. That child was participating in his second class ever in judo. His uncle was sitting in the aisle watching as that child got thrown over and over and over again on the mat. Now the child expressed every symptom of a concussion to the instructor. He said, I'm nauseous. He said, I'm dizzy. The child even started throwing up. And because this gym was so tough and rough and so hardcore, they kept throwing that kid anyway, causing that kid to get thrown so many times, it put him in a coma, only for 3 months later for him to die. Keep that in mind the next time you try to make your kid tough because you think that that's what's going to make them good at martial arts. There is a line, and you need to make sure that you don't cross it. And injuring students and being proud of those injuries when you do so, you should be fucking ashamed of it. To wrap this up, clearly, I do not agree with anything that he said about what makes a McDojo a McDojo, but the real reason that I address this is because a lot of what he said, there are tons of people who agree with him. If you're the type of gym that is proud that you are not sanitary, you're proud of the fact that you're constantly injuring students, you're proud of the fact that people get hurt in your gym, you should fucking stop. It's nothing to be proud of that you can't take care of your gym. It's nothing to be proud of that it's dirty, and it's nothing to be proud of that you're going to make fun of people who are actually doing things right and try to sway their minds in some way, shape, or form that they're wrong if they want to actually make a dollar in this business. You might be one of those gyms who teaches a great class, but you have a hard time with the administrative part. You have a hard time understanding the other aspect of your business. That's okay. You can learn. You can get better. But don't sit there and try to pull that crap where you're pointing your finger at the guy across the street and saying they're a McDojo because you yourself have no clue what you're doing in order to run a business successfully. We have to stop this nonsensical thinking in this industry. All it's doing is ruining the industry. It's getting people hurt, it's getting people killed, it's putting people in financial destitute, all because people like that are saying nonsense and people are listening to it. Don't listen to that crap. With that said, it brings us to the question of the day. What do you think are some qualities that make a gym a good gym? Be sure to answer that question in the comment sections below while you leave your comments so that way I know you watched the entire video. As always, thank you all for the likes, comments, shares, and even subscriptions. Keep the martial arts legit.
Some stars study with the sensei, them call Jack, and I call himself Sensei Jack Darby. He's got a dojo back at town next to Arby's, and I'ma teach me how to kill Paul and mash up him spleen.